Today is 10th of October, and we are revising the Murli of 28th November 1969. And in today's Murli, the title is Methods to Transform Worldly, that is lokik, into Spiritual, that is alokik. So in today's Murli, Baba is talking about asking us one simple question, that are you surrendered completely? So what surrender actually means. So Baba has explained it so well that what spirituality means in the first place is to change our vision and our attitude. So our drishti and vritti. So this is the only way that we can make our, vision very, very pure. And that is what spirituality practically means. And Baba said that you shouldn't see your body, you should only see the soul. So that is where our vision will become very, very pure. And the way to bring transformation within ourselves is to first change the lokik to alokik. Like, though we are seeing lokik things or lokik relations, but that spiritual awareness is very, very important. And Baba said that Brahma is the creator. So let it be devotees or enlightened souls or ignorant souls. So everyone, the part of the generation, is the creation of Brahma. And Baba said that the way we give food to a body, in the same way, remembrance is the food for a soul. So it is our responsibility to stay in Baba's remembrance. And Baba said, consistently, Baba emphasized on this one thing, where we have to change everything from lokik to alokik. Then Baba gave examples of bhakti also. In different scriptures, there are different avatars of Vishnu. So Baba spoke about that. Then Raja Janak, how he was staying in lokik, but still how he was surrendered, that way. Then Baba reminded us in this Murli about his teachings for three things, that is thoughts, words, and actions. So if these three things are in place, which means you are completely surrendered. So one is for body, like Baba said, to renounce your body and bodily relations and remember me alone. So we just have to remember one Baba, though we are staying here and doing all our tasks, doing our business or doing our work, anything. But are we remembering one Baba while doing this? And for words, Baba said that constantly we let the jewels of knowledge emerge from our mouth. We shouldn't throw stones. And for actions, Baba said, like, whatever actions I perform, others will see me and they do the same thing. So these are the three things for or Baba Srimat for our words, action, and our thoughts. So Baba also asked, like, we should stay in Baba's company. So Baba is our companion and we should always be in Baba's company. So those who are loving and those who are remembering Baba, they'll automatically receive cooperation. They won't have to ask for cooperation from others. They will not be in a position ever where they have to beg for cooperation from others, and they'll automatically receive it. So Baba also reminded us, like, whatever has happened in the past, don't think about what has happened. Learn a lesson from whatever has happened and be cautious for the future. Okay, so this Murli is a long Murli, so we'll be dividing this Murli today in two parts. So half of the Murli we'll read today and half will continue tomorrow. So let us go through Baba's versions as it is and read today's Murli together. So again, I'll repeat the date. Revised date of Murli is 28th November 1969. And today's title is Methods to Transform the Worldly, that is lokik, into Spiritual, alokik. So what day of Bhakti is it today? Today, it is the day for surrendering yourself completely. You consider it to be this day, and this is why you have called Bap Dada. Are you ready to be surrendered completely? Or do you think that you have already surrendered completely? So this is a very interesting question, and let us reflect on this today as we get time. Today, it is the celebration of those who have surrendered completely. Have all of you surrendered completely? What is the vision like of those who have surrendered completely? And someone said their vision and attitude are pure. But with what yukti did their vision and attitude become pure? In just one word, it can be said that there is spirituality in their vision and attitude. That is, their vision and attitude become spiritual. When you do not see the body, the vision becomes pure. Let's underline the statement. Baba said, when you do not see the body, the vision becomes pure. So whatever I'm doing, I have to make sure that I am soul conscious. And along with that, whoever I'm seeing in the worldly relations, I have to see them as a soul. And that is the way that our vision will become pure. When you do not even look at the non-living things with your eyes, your attitude will not be drawn towards them. If your vision does not go towards them, neither will your attitude. Like even like the materialistic things that we see around. So it shouldn't be, seeing it with that attitude of this is mine. So that is where the Maya enters. So me and mine. So looking at all these things, it shouldn't be like, with that consciousness. Your attitude is drawn towards them when your vision is drawn towards them. Spiritual vision means that you have to see yourself and others as spirits. Even whilst looking at the body, you must not see it. And that's where Baba always reminds us to see in the center of the forehead and see everyone as a soul. You should have such a practice. For example, when someone is deep in thought, even while he's walking, eating, drinking, or whatever he is doing, he does not realize how much he has already done that or what he has eaten. In the same way, you will not see the body whilst looking at it, but you will be busy in seeing yourself as a soul. So this is like a part of the practice. Like let's say if someone is so much immersed in any thought, or is even stressed out, or is really worked up, that person, he's eating but he will not realize like if there is no salt in the whatever he's eating. So that's how they are so engrossed. And in the same way, Baba said that you also have got a task to see yourself as a soul and see others as a soul. So when you're busy doing this, then you'll not see anything around, in the form that, like the way people see. And then your stage will become such that when anyone asks you what so and so like, you will not know. Your stage will be like that. But that will only happen when you transform the lokik things that you see into their spiritual form. In order to bring about transformation within, you will have to change your way of seeing lokik things and lokik relations. In order to bring about transformation within yourself, you will have to change your way of seeing lokik things and lokik relations. So there has to be the transformation first in how I see things. Okay. And it's a very beautiful practice. I'll talk about it a little later. You will have to have a spiritual awareness of lokik things. When you look at lokik relations, you must consider them to be the final stage of the children of Brahma Baba. So whatever I see, all the people or everything around I see is Brahma's creation. So they are part of the dynasty of Brahma. Brahma is the creator. So whether they are devotees, enlightened, or ignorant souls, they are also part of that generation. Are they not? So even logic relations are part of the dynasty of Brahma, but some are in close relationship and others are in a distant relationship. It is The same when you see anything lokik, whether you're working in office or doing your business, eating food or looking at or speaking about something. You should have a spiritual awareness about everything lokik. You have to continue to move for the activity of your body. But while going towards your lokik work with the feet of the body, at the same time, consider that you're moving towards your lokik land and bringing benefit through the intellect. The feet are walking here, but the intellect is engaged on the pilgrimage of remembrance. So in Baba's Yad, whatever you're doing, uh, you know, it will be considered as, the pilgrimage of remembrance. Okay. Just as you give food to the body, in the same way, continue to give the soul the food of remembrance. This remembrance is food for the soul. At the time you give food to your body, also give the soul the strength and the power of remembrance. So in between, whenever we find time, it is very important to pause, take a break, and remember Baba. What do you have to do to bring about transformation within yourself? You have to change everything from lokik into lokik. Through this, people will realize that you are a special alokik soul. Like people, when they see us, they'll see the difference, that he's something different. Even whilst living amongst the lokiks, you are different from them. Why? Because the awareness that we are in, the thoughts that we have in our mind, it is completely different. The whole energy is shifted. With the awareness of the soul, you have to consider yourself to be detached. And with the soul consciousness, automatically we learn how we can detach ourselves from the situation or people or the worldly things. So you're out of that bondage, and it is easy to become detached from your duties and your work. You will not be loved by the world through that. You will be loved by the world when you perform your task whilst considering yourself to be a soul, detached from the body. You must not be detached from just the things of the world, but you first have to be detached from your body. So that awareness that is constantly, if I'm practicing that I'm a soul, that will help me to do my tasks better. I mean, in a very short span of time, I'll be able to complete my task as compared to others. And it will be wonderful when, people see how we work, the focus, or with great attention, to minute things, which people usually miss out on. So that will be seen in action. So you must not be detached from just the things of the world, but you first have to be detached from your body. You will be loved when you become detached from your body. You will be you will then be loved by your own mind, by God, and by the world. So Baba always talks about these three certificates that you have to take from others, from Baba, and from your own self. So you will feel good about yourself. You'll love yourself for that. And Baba will also love, and everyone in the world will also love you for that. So why are you not loved by the world at present? Because you have not become detached from your body. You simply try to become detached from the bodily relations. Then they complain to you and say, how much have you changed yourself? No? Usually, like initially when you are in Gyan and following all the Srimad, like as per as like we come across all the BK rules, and the way we start following, people start feeling that he's becoming a little aloof. He's not eating with us. He's not coming with us out, or not doing the usual chit chat. So automatically, they say that you have changed yourself a lot. They have a lot of complaints. So Baba said that first practice is what is to be soul consciousness. Practice that awareness. Very important. You will continue to receive complaints until you become detached from your body first. Then you will be loved by the world. Some look at themselves and also look at the things of the world outside. They first change those other things and then change themselves. This is why there is no impact. So I have to change myself first, but I try to make the external changes first. So it has to be the other way around. So in order to create an impact, you first have to transform yourself. You have to bring about transformation in your vision, attitude, and consciousness, as well as in the way you see your wealth and your time. Then you will be loved by the world. What do you have to do after you have become perfect? Baba is telling you what your walking and talking should be like. It should be like your memorial, which has been shown in the scriptures. So Baba is giving now examples. Okay, who made whom surrender totally, and in how much time? Do you remember the memorial? So Baba is giving the example of Raja Janak. So that was inspired by the children, but there is also the memorial in which the father made him surrendered completely, and they have shown Vaman, an incarnation of the god Vishnu, as a midget. So Vishnu was shown in Vaman avatar. He was a very short, he was very shorty, like a dwarf. So that is, they have shown something small. What has the smallest form? So Baba very interestingly, related this with that example, and Baba said, what is the smallest form? It is the soul and the supreme soul. So the father came and took everything from Maya, Bali. He, that is God, Shiv Baba, okay, made the most powerful one completely surrender everything in just 3 steps. All of you have to surrender completely. That is, you have to renounce the power of Maya. You must not become strong with the power of Maya, but you must become strong with godly power. So, just as they have portrayed the 3 steps, what are the 3 things that are spoken through which there is complete surrender? So, again, Baba is relating this to the 3 steps and 3 things which Baba reminded us. So, what are the teachings of for your thoughts, words, and actions? If you remember these 3 things, you will become completely surrendered. So Baba said, if you remember these 3 things, you will become completely surrendered. So 3 things for thoughts, words, and actions. So what are these 3 things? One is to renounce your body and bodily relations and remember me alone. Okay. So देह और देह के सारे संबंधों को भूल मुझ एक बाप को याद करो. So just remember Baba alone. So this is for your thoughts. What teachings do you receive for your words? For words, Baba said, every second, just as you pick up pearls, in the same way, you must only let jewels emerge from your mouth. You must donate to others only the jewels of knowledge and never stones. So that is for words. And for your actions, you must remember that whatever actions I perform, others will see me and do the same. तो जैसा अब कर्म मैं करूंगा मुझे देख और करेंगे. So this is for actions. And also, those who do something will receive the return of that. So again, that is law of karma. So whatever I do, I'll receive what I give. So both these aspects give power in your actions. That is to say, those who come into connection with you receive power through this. Do you understand? If you remember these main things for your thoughts, words, and actions, then you will be able to make your surrender complete and eternal. So it will be fixed in the drama then. The intoxication that you have here of complete surrender should not decrease later. Why Baba is saying this? Because when we are in Madhuban, when we are in front of Baba, there is great intoxication. And like we are having that, consciousness where whatever Baba is saying, yes, Baba, merrily we say it to Baba, make promises. And after we come back home, okay, from Madhuban, again, we are back to square one most of the times. So that's why Baba said, like when you are here, okay, of complete surrender, it shouldn't decrease. That whole intoxication shouldn't decrease later on. And if you firmly remember that you have surrendered completely, This imperishable remembrance will then make you imperishable. Okay. If you fluctuate a little, then the obstacles will also make you fluctuate, because it is all about the consciousness what I have. If I have surrendered myself completely to Baba, whatever Baba says, I'm just following that without a doubt, okay, with complete faith, then automatically I'll experience it. I'll, like Baba said, like people will find you a little different. You'll not be like other people. So that whole energy will be different, and people will love you for what you are doing, even when you're doing action, or uh, they'll feel good and they learn a lot from you. So if you fluctuate, then the obstacles will also make you fluctuate. People will ridicule your fluctuation and your obstacles. Bapdada continues to see everything anyway. So this is wonderful. Bapdada continues to see everything anyway. So Baba has, attention to each and every child. And one of the Murlis Baba said that, whatever you think, like every thought is, I can see it in Vata, in Sukshma Vata, in the subtle world. So Baba has got a big screen, and Baba says, like, every thought is seen. Baba can see each and every thought of what children have. So whom will you live with? So Baba is moving to a different, uh, uh, you know, wave now of Murli. So Baba is asking, whom will you live with? What will you do if your companion lets go of your finger? बाबा अगर हमारा हाथ छोड़ दे तो क्या होगा? So all of you must fulfill the responsibility of keeping company. So it is my responsibility to stay in Baba's company. And Baba tries to fulfill the responsibility of keeping your company in one way or another. So Baba is a very loyal companion that way. Baba says that if you try to leave my hand, I'll try to make all possible, ways. I'll protect you. I'll hold you. Okay. But Baba says that Maya is also very powerful. So that is to say that he tries to hold on to onto your finger to such an extent that he gives life to even those who are on their last breath. But if someone do not let Bab Dada give them oxygen, or if they remove the tube, what can he do? Baba will do everything possible. Baba will protect us in all possible ways, protect us from Maya and all Mayavi people around. But if you are just not allowing Baba to help you in any way, then Baba said, like, okay, what can I do then? So if you want Bab Dada's cooperation, then in fact you do not need to even ask for it. Those who are loving, those who are loving automatically receive cooperation. So when you have love for Baba and Baba's task, automatically we receive cooperation. Uh, so if you have love for Bab Dada, you will automatically receive cooperation. I repeat, if you have love for Bab Dada, you will automatically receive cooperation. And Baba will make anyone instrument for it. And through anyone, Baba will do is, Baba will help you. So there is no need to ask for it. In the form of devotees, you have been asking for half a kalpa. If you continue to ask, even now as a child, then what difference is there between the devotees and the children? You continue to ask for cooperation as ignorant souls. Like, if you consider yourself to be one with a right, you do not need to ask for it. Whatever has happened in the past, now you must also transform all the experiences you have had. Do not think about whatever has happened. Learn a lesson from whatever has happened and be cautious in the future. If you continue to think about whatever has happened in the past, that will become an obstacle. Many obstacles come, and this would be a new obstacle arising. In order to transform the past and to fill yourself with strength, think about it in that way. But instead you think, why this? Why did this happen? How did it happen? How will it happen now? Will I be able to take a high jump or not? Do not ask all these questions. So this is about, that queue, one after the other. There will be a lot of questions, and you're surrounded by all these thoughts, and then you slowly move away from Baba, and you're trapped by Maya. So Baba said, put a full stop, apply a full stop instead of a question marks. It is easy to apply a full stop, whether someone knows how to write a question mark or not. Everyone here knows how to ask questions. Continue to apply a full stop, and you will be able to stabilize yourself in the stage of a point. Okay, so we'll stop here today, and then we continue with the Murli tomorrow. From Baba is asking this question to children, like, what will you do after Bhatti? Okay, so we'll take a moment of pause. Okay, now we'll remember Baba in silence, and then we continue with the churning today. Om Shanti. So today Baba has spoken about a lot of things. So let us start with the churning now. So anyone would like to start and share?
Om Shanti, brother. Beautiful Murli. Thank you, Baba. All the points are very nice points, but one simple line which touched my heart was just as you give food to the body, in the same way continue to give to the soul the food of remembrance. So just like how the body cannot live without food in its bodily form, the soul cannot live without remembrance. So the soul needs nourishment just like how you need air to breathe. So if you can connect to that way, then you need remembrance every second of the day and night. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti, brother. Today, Brother asked the brothers, are you ready to surrender completely, or do you think that you have already surrendered completely? This point I noted. And also, what do you mean by complete surrender? It means, Baba said here, their vision and attitude become spiritual. When you do not see the body, the vision becomes pure. Spiritual vision means that you have to see yourself and others as spirits. In order to bring about the transformation within yourself, you will have to change your way of seeing lokik things and lokik relation. You will have to have a spiritual awareness of lokik things. These are the points I wanted, brother.
Om Shanti, brother. I was just going back to see the first day of the Bhatti, where Baba spoke about absolute surrender in the form of moths. So if I remember, that day I had a take. Let me see if I'm just circling, or have I really gone towards Baba? That's what we call it as total love of the moths. He started the Bhatti that day. And it was such a coincidence. Yesterday, we learned about surrender, the recipes of surrender. And I find most of the ingredients which were mentioned yesterday by the sister, that was maybe in a point, put in a lokik way, but most of it Baba has taken today. And in today's Murli, I go to the first point, and I would later like to share my experience, vision drawn. And when you also shared, brother, that Baba had told us to look at the forehead, I remember how I took that lesson firm. And funny things happened when I did that, especially as I was a teacher. When my vision was drawn, I know what will happen. So sometimes when you do not understand the subtlety of what Baba is saying, when we go to just what he says, look at the forehead, look at the forehead. And I think being new, I just took it like that and what I did. But as I went, I think I've grown. But still, yes, at these final moments, I like what Baba said, detach at everything. And I find this is something which Baba's Murli and situations and all are trusting upon me. The journey of surrender continues. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Wonderful.
Om Shanti. Today Baba said that stop thinking about the past and learn a lesson from the past. If you keep on thinking about the past, then there are already obstacles in front of you, and you will be adding one more obstacle like this. So just move on and stop asking for everything right like kids now, because in Bhakti Marg also devotees ask every time for everything. So you do not have to ask, you have to just be ever ready. And also Baba said that if you are surrendered, then you have to remember three things: that you have to be detached from your body completely, then you will be loved by everyone. The reason for which you are not being loved by everyone is that you are not detached from your body. And also only jewels should emerge from your mouth now. You should not focus on other things, and also renounce everything in this world, all the limited things of this world. So this way you will be surrendered completely. Om Shanti.
And also for actions, Baba, just to add like to what sister said, like third thing was about actions, like whatever actions I perform, others will see me and do the same thing. So through action also, we have to remember this third thing. So that Baba said, like, if we have all these three things in place, you become surrendered.
Om Shanti. Baba says the importance of getting detached from my own body. If I remain detached from my own body, then I will be loved by my own mind, by God, and by the world. These statements actually hint at that the powerful stage of the soul where I am the creator and I create my own thoughts. When I am detached from the body, I am in a very powerful stage. And the mind, when I am controlling my mind, I have the power to control the mind as a king. I am the king. Then I am loved by the God. And when I am loved by the God, then I am loved by the entire world, because God is the Rachayata of all the souls. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Baba mentions that if you hold hand of me, I'll never let you go. But it is up to you how strongly you hold my hand. I try to give you oxygen as well. But if you do not want to take that or let the tube out, then I cannot do much. That's what Baba's promised to us. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. This beautiful thing also touched me. The concept of how to transform the lokik into alokik. That in an office or at home, or anywhere in this corporeal world, there will be lokik things and lokik relations which are surrounding me, which will surround me. So how I have to, what I can't change these lokik things and lokik relations or the lokik positions, but what I can do as a soul is to consider to change my way of seeing these lokik things and relations. What Baba means is that to create to have a spiritual awareness that whatever I am seeing, these things outside, in the outside world, in the lokik world, since Brahma is there in this lokik world, so they are the final generation of the children of Brahma Baba. They are the part of the family. They are part of the alokik family. Whether I am looking at them as lokik, but then they are part of the dynasty of Brahma, and Brahma is the creator. So they are very much part of the larger family, and they could be in a distant relationship or in close relationship. But I think that is a very wonderful way where everybody is mine. Where he's related, he or she is related to mine, to me, and even the material things are also in the subtle world, not in this. Can someone elaborate on this? Maybe a practical way. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Actually, if you see the language or the grammar, which I don't know whether what is it in Hindi, which Baba uses, he says, I am the soul and this is my body. So for soul, he always uses the article the. So that soul is something universal. It's not it's everyone is a soul. I the soul, she the soul. And why Baba says, I felt like, as I was telling you, I wanted to share. Earlier, when I was in the Gyan, when Baba said, look at the thing, I remember I used to just look at the center of the forehead. And I feel I used to pierce that place over there to look for the light. I was so fanatic, or I don't know, following Baba's thing totally. And that led me into trouble because people found me just staring at them or looking at them. And then slowly by slowly with my friends and thing, I slowly changed my vision. I remember my initial stages when I took the Gyan in its raw way as it is. But why Baba mentions the body, I later came to know. Body has labels. He's a Muslim, he's a feminine, he's my daughter, she's my father, everything. So that's why I later learned Baba why he says, come out of that kind of body and just see them as spirit, which is the real spirituality. So that is what I took as detachment for the body. So I never looked at the center of the forehead because I know I'm going to do. I just visualize themselves as if they are just, totally an aura of light or something. It was a difficult thing, but I wanted to come out of it. And just to end it, this brother had just mentioned about Brahma. Even I am a little bit thing today, because Baba always says Prajapita is only for the Brahmins. But now here, Baba suddenly is saying your lokik relations are also final generation of the Brahma. So I'm going to churn on that to find out what Baba was. Just these two things I want to share. Om Shanti.
Here, I would like to just mention that when I practice Amrit Vela meditation, very often what this practice, what I do is I visualize my lokik family in the, that and the lokik house in the subtle world, and every soul who's the part of the family in this 84th birth, I visualize them to be in the avyakt form, avyakt varishta form. And that exercise, I do it. They are like Dev Kul ki Mahan Atma, and the Vishwa Kalyankari soul, world benefactor souls. So that is one technique which I have been using to realize in the later part of the day that they are, awake farishtas. They are angels, and they have a very big purpose in life, broad purpose, broad intellect. That one technique I use. If anybody uses any other, may share. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti, brother. This is a very nice technique you just mentioned, because in some of the Murlis, Bab Dada has said so many times that if you souls are used to see the body because of your 63 birth sanskar, you're not able to see the soul directly, then try to see others. I mean, try to see each and everyone into their angelic form, because angelic form has a body form. It is an angelic form. It's not a materialistic body, but it is a bodily form, like Farishta you just mentioned. So this is very nice practice. Even I tried this so many times, and it really works, because this is directly Bab Dada's Avyakt Bab Dada ke Mahavyakya. The way we say it, it is directly. We might get this in further Murlis somewhere, but he used to say that if you're not practice, if you do not have this way to see soul directly, you can go step by this practice. So this is very nice practice that you're following. Thank you.
Thank you. Baba says that you transform the vision and attitude and consciousness. I think herein lies the deep need for deep churning, and it is hinting to these techniques only that we what we have changed. We have just changed our vision at others. What vision we are drishti, and it automatically changes the form, that from the lokik, from the corporeal body to we see the subtle body, and and their consciousness to smriti. We just remember this technique every time. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. I would just like to add on to this beautiful example given by brother, because I too have practiced in the same way, and I think I've benefited quite a lot. And I also feel my family has benefited quite a lot, because when we do this meditation and connect as a point of light and to the point of light, etc., and then once you are deeply connected, and then I will actually ask for the sakash or the blessings of Baba on the entire family, and then not just the family, all people at work, and then all people on the earth. And then you spread that vibration, you feel the whole earth is being glowing with light, and every difficult situation which I may have experienced the previous day with a lokik person, I visualize the calm, the calm relationship, a beautiful vibration. And I also keep reflecting, even if something not really angered, I think now, fortunately, I've gone past that, but it makes you a little unstable at times. I would question, what is my learning in this? I would ask Baba in the meditation, and you'll get a little message. And I think just this lokik situation, using the meditation Amrit Vela time is just beautiful. Your whole day goes with a beautiful lokik energy, if I may call it that way. The vibration is good. Om Shanti.
Yeah, in this one problem, I'll say one problem which I'm facing is not in the bodily relations, but in the lokik things. How do we see the lokik things? For example, a new building, or a new house, or a new office, or the office furnitures and all that, or the home furnitures. How do you look at that? Here there is no soul, and basically I'm looking at somebody. Someone can elaborate on non-living things, how to view them.
Okay.
Because, yeah, there I am getting stuck.
So this
Bodily, any lokik relations there because of the some soul, which is dehdari, which we say in Hindi. There, too, we can imagine the angelic form, but the living, non-living things, how do we view, and including the uh, you know Yeah, animals also, they have a soul. So there we can view the angelic body. But living things, how do we interpret them? Are they the sadhan like that? A sadhan or the medium for service?
Um,
Sure.
Yeah.
Anyone would like to share about this? Because
Yeah, I will just like to add one sentence here. In my visualization, actually, although I don't focus on non-living things that much, but everything has energy. Even the most things that even a rock has energy. If you may consider it non-living, I have tested this with the pendulum because when I used to do energy work, you can see the energy flowing even with a rock, with a stone. And let's say you place a stone in a place of good vibration. I've tested that. You can see with the pendulum, it just moves like very rapidly because the energy in the stone has become powerful. So for me, even the so-called non-living things, they're all just different manifestations of energy, all beautiful creations of the Almighty. So they equally are part and parcel of this energy and good vibration. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Adding on to what Sister just mentioned, and now we are just 3 Diwali weeks in the lokik space. We all speak about cleaning our houses, cleaning our corners very clear, very cleanly. And I was resonating to what Harpreet was saying, that every non-living things also have energy in it. And I remember my grandmother always mentioning this, that karme gandagi mat rakho, let's move this off, don't keep dirt inside the house. So the way to look at non-living things is they are a part of the life that I'm living in. They are the sadhans, they are the medium through which I'm performing my duty, and taking them as it's been the way it is to be used, rather than getting anything attached to it. So one way to look at it is, this is something which is going to be, allowing me to perform my task, and that's the medium. Respecting that medium as an energy and not getting attached is one way to look at connecting with them. Om Shanti.
Yeah, I think there lies the clarity that the non-living things are made of 5 elements. And Baba often tells us, the children, that we should be in a very powerful stage through yoga, and then give the powers to 5 elements also to purify the 5 elements. I think that non-living things are comprised of since the 5 elements. Therefore, these 5 elements are only in the corporeal world. They are not in the subtle world or even the incorporeal world. So they are not there only. So we come into association. The soul as a master comes into association only in the corporeal world with these 5 elements. So they are there to play the role, I believe. I mean, and we as a master need to serve them. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Thank you so much for all the wonderful sharing. Now, I just want to add a few things before we move to the meditation. Like today's title of today's Murli is how we can transform that lokik to alokik. And like there was wonderful sharing. I will just add one thing and we'll maybe continue with this uh, churning tomorrow as well. One thing, like Baba said, is to change the vision. Like for example, for human beings, we see them in the center of forehead, and with this consciousness that I am a soul and I see my brother's soul. Okay, but for non-living things, what we could do is, this is what I have practiced, and we have been practicing in groups also, is to relate every non-living thing with gyan. For example, like I am walking on the road and I see trees around, right? So when I see the tree, I need to remind myself that what kalpavriksha is, how the trunk, what the trunk means, what the leaves means. So that is how I have to relate it to the to the non-living things. Okay. For example, if I'm sitting on chair, what is the consciousness I have? I'm sitting on Baba's lap. If I'm looking at the wheels of the vehicles, so I have to remember the cycle. So that's how we have to pick up like at least 10 to 15 things that we commonly see throughout the day. And with for each thing, what is the consciousness or what is the awareness I need to have? So this is the beautiful way to turn lokik to alokik. So I'm
Yeah,
seeing things
thank
around,
you.
but I need to have that, alokik connection with it. Like for example, if I'm looking at the if let's say you're watching a television and you're watching some serial and you see that there is a drama going on, for example, okay, so Baba has told us that we are all actors and we are just playing our role in drama. How I have to be detached. So this is something which I can maybe remind myself, especially, right? So every little thing, like in Hindi Baba said, like कलम भी उठाते हो तो समझो कि मैं कमल पुष्प के समान या भाग्य विधाता मेरा भाग्य लिख रहा है. So he's writing a great fortune for me, and he has given the pen in my hand, like I am writing my own fortune now with Baba, and he is the bhagya vidata. He's the he's making my great fortune now. So this is how I have to connect it with the lokik things I see around.
Thank you, brother Raji. Very beautiful way, a very practical way. We can connect non-living things with the gyan.
Right,
That we are also part of my alokik. I mean, they are helping me to realize the alokik stage. So,
right.
thank you. Om Shanti.
So we'll stop here now, and we'll continue with meditation for a minute, and we'll continue with this Murli tomorrow as well. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. So let us sit back, relaxed and comfortable, and look at yourself as the master creator, Master Brahma, the most powerful soul in this body, on this planet, God's most beloved child with a great fortune, residing in the center of my forehead and spreading this light of love, of purity and power in my whole body. And look at yourself full of light, full of love, full of power. And look at this light radiating all around me. And I'm in the sphere of light, protected, loved by the Supreme Himself. And in this aura of light, no negative or waste thought enters. I'm experiencing this light and protection of the divine in and around me. I am in Baba's company, and Baba is my companion. I love him, and he loves me a lot. And with his love, I'm experiencing a lot of cooperation in each and every task that I do. I'm loved by everyone for my thoughts, words, and action. I'm happy. I'm loved. And I'm protected. Thank you, Baba, for this wonderful life, for this birth and my birthright. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Thank you, Baba. Thank you, Dattabai. Thank you, Divine Family. And we shall meet tomorrow morning at 5 a.m. Let's all of us practice this homework to look at all lokik as alokik and imbibe this beautiful thought that Baba has spoken about in today's Murli. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Have a great day.
Om
Thank you.
Shanti. Thank you, brother.